well, let's get started. This is the beginning of the approach trail. Just back there is the brand new, beautiful visitor center at Amicalola Falls. I'm just gonna head up the trail a little ways, about 3 miles, find a nice place to camp, have a nice, easy first day. It is gorgeous outside. I know that will change in a couple of days, so we'll just try to have some fun while we're at it. Hopefully we can see that thing for a little while. Remember, when there's 2 blazes, it means there's a trail change, a direction change coming up. If you see one to the left of the one below it, it means go to the left. If they're right on top of each other, it just tells you there's a direction change and you got to figure out which way it goes. Obviously, if the one on top is to the right, it means the trail veers to the right. So this one's to the left, so we go around the corner. And way up there is the next one. Who is that bearded man? Don't worry, as soon as I clear the Smokies and it warms up a little, you're not going to recognize me. So there's one that goes to the right. See how the top red is above the bottom red to the right? So it just means go up and enjoy these routes on the AT. Get to the top of the forested part of the East Ridge Trail, the Red Blaze Trail. You come over here. Now, your skyline might be a little different than this right now. It's gorgeous. This is the true definition, not a cloud in the sky. There's none anywhere. A little haze that way, but no clouds. But anyway, when you get back up to the top of the forest trail, you end up on this road, this little service road. This will take us up to the parking lot at the top of the falls. One way to get water on the AT. There are faster ways, but if you need water, this is a great way to do it. It's all over. But just remember to filter that after it comes off there, just in case there's some animals up there playing in the water. Okay, once you get to the top of the service road, you're getting close to the top of the falls overlook. Even though the map shows it just before the restrooms, it's actually just after the restrooms. To stay on the approach trail, you go down there past the white car. See the sign over here on the right. Let's go see where the top of the falls park is here. Okay, once you leave the falls, come through the parking lot, and you get over here to the rest of the approach trail, place to the lodge and the hike in, all in one here, green and blue. Right after you leave it, the trail splits. You have the AT approach trail and the hike-in trail to the left. Top of the falls overlook visitor center where we just came from, and the trail to the lodge is up that way. We're going to take the approach trail that way. Well, it's the intersection just a little bit up from the falls. It's on the way to hike in the approach trail, 7.25 miles all the way up to Springer. Although I'm not going up there tonight, I'm just going to pick a nice spot to camp tonight. Be aware, there are furry animals in the forest. Hike in 4.8 miles. Leave me a comment if you've ever stayed there. Actually don't know much about that one. And 6 hours average for 7 miles. I'll go up there tomorrow. Warm my old bones up. Watch where you're going. You might end up in a hotel instead of Springer Mountain, or you might end up at Springer Mountain instead of the hotel. I think I'll take the low road. You can take the high road. Right. Now just put a Sawyer on. Take my plug that I 3D printed off. Just a simple little plug. Got the adapter here. And my other water bottle. Screw it on, but not all the way. Screw it on, but not all the way. And flip it over. Now you can let it gravity feed through these bigger sawyers, or you can give it a squeeze. When you use the bottle like this, you need to squeeze. I have an ever new bladder in here. Now with that, you can just let gravity do the work for you. We'll use that next time. I just want to show a few different ways we get water out here. As you can see, let's see. It's moving out. I'm barely squeezing. Now I'm squeezing a little harder. It only takes about 30 seconds to filter 1 liter here. If I squeeze hard. No rush. Super clean water too. Makes it real easy. Notice the bottle crushes down. So on these, you have to flip it over, let a little air in. And do it again. And squeeze away. Now I got water coming up in about another mile, so drink some of this. Carry just about a half a liter or so. Do that until it's done. Try the bags nicer, collapsible bags. You don't have to keep unscrewing it. We'll do that next time. And that's that. A little bridge going across here. Again, absolutely good. So tent site on the AT. Approach trail from Springer. Cool little site with a fire pit there. Plenty of room for several tents. No water real close, but it's only half a mile back. Another beautiful section. The approach trail, just flat, easy. Fat guys like me, it's good. And the trail's behind me. Let's go. back here in the morning, get some more. These pipes make it really easy. Still need to filter it, I believe. Too early to get sick on the trail. Here's one. Now I'll filter from my Evernew bag. Make it real easy to gravity filter. That was easy. Just put this on the top. Get my plug out again. There's plenty of traffic on this road. Be careful. And we're full. Easy as that. Now I'll use this as a cap on my other water bottle. Remember to put your filter on the right way. When you have the adapter on, it can go either way, and that can get you sick if the water's bad. This water's probably fine, but I'm not ready to risk it. So that's 2 liters. This is 900 milliliters. Let's go ahead and fill it up. Plenty of water for tonight. I'm going to drink some now too and refill it, but won't bore you with watching it. Just past that fire road, the service road with the water. You've got a small tent site here. It's not perfectly level. 2 fire pits in here, a couple of different areas to and my camera's level right now, so you can tell it slopes over that way a little. Anyway, I'm gonna go another side or 2 and see if it's any better. I've got 3 liters of water, good to go. 400-foot climb, here we go. On a cold winter night in Georgia, what more fitting place to stay than Frosty Top in a tarp. It's up over there, another 300 or 400 feet in elevation, no big deal. Just racing against the sun right now, but see some. Remind me to look up what these are. Put something in the comment if you know. Beautiful little red flowers. Or leaves, not really flowers. Snow? No, I don't think so. Just some mushrooms growing on the side of the tree. They're pretty good. Here's a little campsite about a quarter mile before you get to Frosty Mountain. I'm probably going to go to Frosty Mountain and see what that campsite's like. This one's pretty nice. Somewhere around mile 4, 4.1, something like that on the approach trail. This is the trail coming up to Frosty Mountain. So you got a few more minutes of daylight here. And we're peeking at some mountains in the distance there. We'll save the good views for some real peaks. But right up here is home for the night. We just got here. I'll give you a quick show, see what we've got, and then I'll get set up and I'll get back online here. See what's over here. It's a good fire pit. Plenty of spots for tents. Looks like somebody had an ATV up here. I saw that in the comments too. Tons of places, plenty of places for bear hangs. We'll go gather some firewood while we got a little bit of daylight. Okay, got a beautiful sunset. I just missed it going down while I was setting up my shelter here. Here's my tent for the night. It's a little messy, haven't organized it all yet, but I want to get it set up before it gets dark. Just a simple plow. The wind's coming from behind me here. Keep any of the wind off tonight. Again, this is Frosty Mountain, I think. So we'll try not to get any frost on us tonight. Beautiful sunset. Fire on the first night out here on the approach trail, top of Frosty Mountain. See the moon, got a planet next to the moon, Venus and Mars, chasing the sunset.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the squinty eyes. The little light on the phone is really bright. Anyway, just hanging out in the shelter, waiting on a little bit of light out there. I'm inside the tarp, you can see. And the sun is starting to make a little light in the sky, but still have another hour or so before she pops up. It's about 31 degrees right now. It's beautiful. I stayed toasty in here. I'm all bundled up because I'm getting ready to get out and about. But yesterday I flew up from South Florida, came to Atlanta, took the MARTA train up to REI in Sandy Springs. Had a nice sub there at Jersey Mike's. Then I took an Uber over to Amicalola, checked in. Check-in was easy. And then hiked, got my hiker tag, 181. No matter how you write it, it's still 181. Upside down, backwards, doesn't matter. Anyway, I came up about 4.5 miles to Frosty Mountain, camped, had a nice fire, did my bear hang, had some the leftover of the sub, and let's see, set up my tarp, we're all good. So this morning I'm only heading up to Springer Mountain, another 4 miles or so, trying to take it easy on my body, trying not to go hard for a couple of days. I have some ankle and knee issues sometimes, so I got to ease into this, or I end up injured and home sooner than I want to. Remember, it's a marathon; it's not a race here, so I'm trying to convince myself of that. Anyway, we'll catch up in a minute. Another tough day, battling Mother Nature. Let's get started. Camp's all packed up. I hope when you come out here, you've got just as many days like that as I've had so far. Just 2, but it is gorgeous today. Now tomorrow that's supposed to change, and then Saturday we've got some 20s, some rain. Should be lovely. Anyway, camp's all cleaned up, nothing left behind, fire's out. Let's go. All right, time for some breakfast. I just had some hot chocolate and coffee. It was perfect. We have some homemade dehydrated eggs from my hens. I've got dehydrated moringa leaves from some trees in my backyard and some not homemade store-bought instant oatmeal. We just mix it all together there. The moringa is great in vitamins, minerals, real good. That's my multivitamin while I'm out here. And you know what everything else is. Bon appetit. Not sure the camera shows how steep this is, but this is level. The mountain goes up that way. Let's get my big butt up there. There's a lot of the trail, so I don't video a whole lot. A little rough on the ankles, but I'm going nice and slow. Slow and steady, as the YouTube channel says. Nice little plaque. This gap on this gorgeous, gorgeous summer day in February. Met my first hiker out here. He's heading up, having some feet issues, so he's gonna go home and shake down his pack a little bit here. That's what he's been doing out here. Now he knows what he needs, what he doesn't need. Up the mountain he goes. Climb here. Oh, it took some layers off. I don't know the gap name. I've forgotten it. I'll put it in the video if I can remember. Alright, just got some water. Nice, easy downhill section to get some water, and come around the corner and you can kind of see Springer Mountain on my way. See you in a few minutes. There's Black Gap Shelter back in the distance there. It's a nice setup. They have a privy back there. I stayed there in October. Just be careful. You come across the road with the trail and go down to the water. It's a long way down. Springer Mountain is in the crosshairs with the leaf. If a through hiker sees a shadow, is winter over, or do we have 6 more weeks? I'm real curious because being the Smokies in before then. Let me know what you think. Coming down from Springer Mountain, and we get to this first right here. We got shelter, camping, water. It's Springer Mountain shelter. Notice the sign. Avoid camping up top. There's a nice campground up there, but I guess it's bad for the environment, so.
shelter for the night. It's kind of a modified star, just using the line between that tree over there and this tree that gets rid of the hole at the center inside. That's wide open. Looks a lot like a regular tent. Do a quick tour. Over inside. Tons. You could sleep 2 or 3 people pretty comfortably in there. And if the weather turns bad, you just remove this pole and move this point down to the ground, stake it out, and you're enclosed. You're good. And there's just enough room in there to stretch out even with it closed. So just practice, and it's not the most common one I use. So we got some rain coming in a day or two, so we'll get ready for it and dust off a little rust for setting up some rain pictures. there's the shelter, Springer Mountain Shelter. My shelter's way up there. It's really not that far. Show you how you get up there. There's little trails. There's little tent pads everywhere. Plenty of places for hammocks. Another little pad. I just picked the flattest one I can find. They're all pretty good though. I just wanted the special arrangement of the trees to set this tarp shelter up like this. Well, to borrow from another hiker in front of me that you see on YouTube a lot, he has really good content. His name is Fortune. Springer Approach, Springer Mountain. It's in the bag. Sorry, I won't steal your stuff, Fortune. It's entertaining though. Wow.